We gonna do it straight out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Let me see you just dance. Come on, nah, get up and dance. Nah, just get up and dance. Woo! Oh, y'all want me to get hood? I'm gonna go ahead one time for the hood right quick. First, you got to just work to the beat. Then, you got to put your hands on your knees. Then, you got to make your feet be flat. Then, you got to put an arch in your face. Now, do it on a handstand.
Good evening. Welcome to the Set of Cocktails, Cooking, and Chatting with Celebrity Chef Narika. Tonight we will interview the Portah family, and they are a very unique family here in the Houston area, and we're going to let you hear from them what's unique about their story, what is unique about their situation and their relationship. Hi guys.
How you doing?
I'm good. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having us.
So we'll start with, first of all, let me make a disclaimer. I'm not really familiar with their life or their relationship type, so we're gonna let them tell their story. We're not here to judge, we're here for information, we're here to shed light, and we're here to give them a platform where they can comfortably and safely tell their story. So moving right along, we're gonna get right into it, guys. What is the definition of the dynamics of your relationship?
You want to say? I see. Non-monogamy. Well, polyamory. We call it polyamory. Also, our setup could be polygyny, because there's a man with multiple wives. But I love to just identify really that as non-monogamous really now these days, because there's so many different definitions when you look under the umbrella of non-monogamy. Non-monogamy is
We have the baby on.
Yeah.
What the baby?
Yeah. Non-monogamy. There's so many different things under that umbrella. You have polygamy, which is many spouses. You have polyandry, which is many husbands. Polygyny, which is a man with multiple wives, many wives. And then you have kink, BDSM, and then you also have monogamous. You have open relationship, and then you also have the lifestyle, the swinger lifestyle. Okay. So there's a lot of spectrums underneath there.
Okay. Let's talk about how did you all become? How did your relationship begin?
So let's see. It was a little bit different than most people's relationships. You know, we were all going through our trials and tribulations at that time, but we've gone through so much from those points in time that we've gotten to this point where we're at now. So it's kind of like you guys have to like go back and watch our old videos to see where we came from, to see where we're at now, because there's so much more that happened in between there. Between the time that we all got together to now, you would be amazed. But the beginning, it wasn't the best, but we made the best of the situation and we made it work for what we believe we think is a modern day family that anybody could accommodate to and thrive from.
Okay. And what are your respective roles? I understand that, are you married to?
I'm married to Shalon, and then this is my girlfriend.
Okay. And how long have you all been knowing each other?
Me and Shalon, 22 years, 23. Well, been together 22 years. And me and Chantel, 5 years. Mm-hmm. I always be.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, and the baby. So who gave birth to the baby?
I did.
This was her first baby, our third as a whole family together.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So you two are legally married?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And do the kids understand the dynamics of a relationship? Because I understand that you have older kids, right?
Yes.
So how do the kids feel about your relationship?
So at first, of course, it was not the best way, because the way that we got together, it was infidelity. So they seen that their parents going through trials and tribulations, then they seen their parents invite somebody in. They didn't know how it got there at first. Then once they learned the different dynamics of how me and Alex started and then how I got into the household. Of course, they didn't like me. They didn't understand, but they didn't, tell me. It wasn't verbal that they were upset with me. They were polite. They were pleasant. They felt me out. They learned me for me, the individual, not me for the situation. So now they take it as I'm stepmom. I have their sister, and it's a big family. But of course, normal kids, they see mom and dad. They don't see anything else. Anything outside of mom and dad is the enemy. Right. But yeah, now, they love me. I love them. It's beautiful.
That's good. That's amazing. Peace is always a good thing.
Yes.
So, do you all play the same role? Is there a role difference with you all?
Not particularly. If between me and Chantel, if one of us is able to get it, we take care of it and we handle the situation. Be it if it's cooking, cleaning, handling Soraya, if one of the other kids needs something, if he needs something, it's.
Now, I did see you very hands-on with the baby a few minutes ago. I'm thinking that when I asked a question about birth, I was thinking you were going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, that's interesting. So, when it comes to the relationship, is there any jealousy in the relationship between you two as ladies?
Of course. It was definitely at the beginning because we were getting acclimated with the situation. But as time progressed and things got understood, then there's not so much jealousy as of now. But it's a natural emotion that people go through. So we just talk it out and deal with it, and we move past it if it does present itself.
We're able to communicate better.
Yeah, within this relationship, it's you're always gonna have jealousy, even from all parties. Because at moments even when they were connecting, because when you involve multiple individuals into a relationship, different individuals are gonna bring different things out of you. So at the end of the day, like when obviously Shalon having our history for 22 years, it's something that she connects with her about. And I see something different, makes me feel like, you changing on me. It's kind of, where did this come from? It's gonna make me a little jealous, a little insecure within that situation, but really it's understanding that different people bring different things out of you at the end of the day. So it's not to really react on that emotion, but really process that emotion and learn how to respond and really, communicate on what's going on and why you're feeling this. Find the root of it. In these relationships, you really learn how to learn emotional intelligence. Learn how to process why am I feeling this way? How do I make this approach? Because we don't have to always argue about everything. We have to understand why we're trying to, where the misunderstanding is. So finding those different things, you learn yourself in these type of relationships because everybody's going to go through those same emotions.
Right. And I know we're not going to focus so much on the beginning, but I do have a question for you regarding the beginning when the infidelity came about that she spoke about. How did you come to the conclusion or the decision that this was going to be okay versus you just walking out after finding out that he was not faithful?
It was all due to our history together. So
speaking of you and Alex?
Me and Alex's history together. So me and Alex's history together was so extensive. We grew up with each other. We've been with each other since we were 16 and 17 years old. So it's like we know each other. So for this moment to come about and the way that it had came about, it was kind of like, okay, everything that you guys have been through, does it outweigh what happened at this point in time? And is this one mistake that he made going to make him a bad person? In my eyes, it didn't make him a bad person. I was mad at him for his choices and his decisions, but it didn't make him a bad person because I knew who he was. I knew genuinely if he connected with somebody else, there was something there. Like, it took a lot. I've seen girls come, I've seen girls try. Never phased him. Never even crossed his mind. But something about Chantel was particular. So that's what, after I went through my normal womanly emotions, made me sit down and say, let me meet her.
Wow.
It was some challenge.
Alex, you some type of guy.
No, but not, because I know people are like, why did she do this? Why she started talking to another guy too during the process to try to get me like tit for tat.
You are fast forwarding to one of my questions because I'm gonna go ahead and ask it now that you brought that up because how would you have felt if she would have wanted to bring another guy into your relationship?
It's that during the tit for tat, I understood the situation at that moment. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna start with that one first. That's kind of where this thing kind of lit up because it was like how she went through a woman problem. I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna do this. And when I had caught her, I don't want to say, because when I found out about it, around the situation, I wrote the man. I was like, at the end of the day, I understood what it was. I understood I wanted my relationship more than anything. I understood what the situation brought. It was okay. And I literally text Tim back like, you won. You got this one. Move around. You know what I mean? But it escalated because of other situations that really, not included really her, well, kind of did but didn't. But it was like, what can I sit there and say? We're going to be mature and grown about it. The move you made was understandable because of what I caused. And then from that point, it was really that communication of when we were sitting there, what do we want to do? Do we want to, divorce, because of the situation where we're playing? It was chaos in our house. Or do you want to take a different approach on situations because we are a family? We grew. At that point, it's like 17 years in. I've been with her since 15. So we were already more than half our lifetime with each other, So it was like, what do you want to do? And what made it capable was really to sit there and process everything. What direction is best for us. I'll support you either way. We understand mistakes are being made, and this is the point for us to be transparent. So I let her situation go. This is where she was like, okay, well, let's figure this out. And, we moved from that. Now, mind you, at the beginning, when we started doing poly, if she would have told me, well, I want to bring another man, I'm not going to lie. I would have probably been like, hell nah, what are we doing here? I want to be king, but no, at this point where I am in my life is I understand you cannot control anybody, you not own anybody, and if that's what you feel, and that's what you want, I gotta just let it be. Now, I understand there's gonna be shifting and altering because handling multiple relationships is going to be, I know it's taxing, it's a lot. Yeah. So with that, what you feel on a genuine connection, I can't do nothing but allow you to be your full self and support it.
Right. So do you guys consider yourself to be a part of the LGBT community? Am I saying that?
A lot of people want to put that poly on there because it is. It can be because in non-monogamy you do have you do have same sex, you do have bisexuality, you do have everything down there. It can be a part of it, but sometimes the one thing with the LGBT community is they still believe in monogamous relationships, not non-monogamous relationships. So it's still at the same sense of when we're talking about our preference in sexuality and relationships, there still is a big difference, but it's still supporting.
The answer is no. We don't identify as that, but it's kind of a lot. It's like, people like to think it's parallel, but it's not, because if you're still doing same sex or anything like that, they still would not want multiple in their relationship. They still want the monogamy form of it, and poly is more than. So it's like more than one love. So it's accepted because you do have same sex in poly, but we don't identify with it because me and Shalon, we're not together romantically.
Oh, really?
So that's where it draws kind of a line between it.
Okay, so my next question is kind of juicy. Do everybody sleep in the same bed, or do y'all sleep in different bedrooms and get together with Alex? So how does that work?
So sleeping wise, we sleep in the same bed. Ben and Alex, he end up on the couch. We got a 1-year-old, so they probably end up on the couch too. I go back and forth from home to my mom's house too. And then we do have a separate bedroom. So it's really kind of up in the air as far as
the mood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because right now, currently, it basically depends on wherever she falls and how we're sleeping at that point in time.
Okay.
Or if I'm there, or anything like that.
So for you as the wife, God forbid, something happened to Alex today tomorrow. Is everything tied to you as the beneficiary, or you have all the legal rights? Where does his girlfriend stand in that situation?
Due to legal reasons, yes, but when it comes down to how he has it divided for his own personal reasons in his life insurance benefits, we both get dividends in it because we both have kids with him. So, and I also understand that I know in the eyes of the law they're gonna basically look at me, so I'm not gonna leave her out. But she ain't nobody, no. That's still my sister. So I'm still gonna give her whatever she's entitled to on her half.
So you love her as a sister, not as a lover.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of sister-wise.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. So you just reaping all of the benefits out.
The
It's
benefit.
hard. What's the downside? Because I know the glorified side to probably guys that fantasize about this type of situation. There has to be a downside to it. So what's the downside for you as a man?
The downside is taking them in emotionally, at the same sense, mentally. You gotta be a provider, intimacy. You gotta do everything for them. What you do for one healthy, successful relationship, multiply it by 2. And then learn how to balance it. And then learn how to also not let one relationship overlap the other relationship. Or if you have a problem with one relationship, not carry that negative energy to the next relationship because it can cause friction between that one. So it's more challenging than a lot of people understand because we're talking about relationship. A lot of people fall in love with the idea of poly because they sexualize it. I get multiple partners to sleep with, but we overlook the fact that when they have stress days, are you gonna be there? When they need a shoulder to lean on for a moment, are you gonna be there? And then when this one's crying or needs that moment, does she have to understand over here, or what if they both need the same day? How do you operate and coordinate that whole situation? So it's more in depth of what really is. It gets kind of stressful at times because that's on you. That's why I said if anybody wanted a multiple relationship, it comes more than just seeing another body or having another person physical. You got to take that mental, spiritual, emotion, all that on the whole other wavelength. So yeah, it has its moments.
So do you love them both the same?
Yeah, I love them equally, but the relationship that I provide for is going to be equity of who they are. I got to know them individually. I cannot do things equally for them. I got to understand them as their individual person and what that individual relationship needs. So that's really what people got to understand too.
So did you take on this relationship to save your marriage, or did you take on this relationship because you could not live without both of them?
I took the relationship on because I love Shalon. She showed me so much. We grew up with each other and everything, but also like I said, different people pull different things out of you.
Yeah.
Me and Chantel connected on so much of different connection, and I couldn't let that go either. So within the situation, and what's crazy, we didn't know about non-monogamy or polygamy. This was just us talking about it, like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I can't let go of either. So whatever it takes for me to step up to actually do and have both or whatever is needed, I'm going to do. Because I love it. There was even arguments to a point when she was talking about her friend, you gotta choose one. Who are you gonna choose? I would be straight up, no, I'm not gonna choose one.
Really?
Yeah, how can
So you would walk away from both if you had to choose?
Yeah.
If they both got together and said, hypothetically speaking, of course, because they both seem to be very comfortable with your arrangement. But if they got together one day and said, look, we can't continue this way, you have to pick one, you would really walk away from both?
Yeah, they both know that.
Really?
Yeah.
He said it over and over again.
I've heard it a lot of times.
Wow.
Just because we're not going to have that. We understand that I'm not trying to put no one in a position to make one feel better than the other, whatever. I'm going to respect whatever choice it is. Of course, that conversation, if it's brought to me, we conduct ourselves very mature to actually have that conversation open. Like, I can't do this no more. I understand that. You know what I mean? And if it can't be what we're trying to do and achieve here, what do you want me to do? But I'm not going to leave one for the other because you should be respecting her as much as I respect her too as well. If not, then it's understandable that you want to walk away from the situation. I can't really control nobody. It's really a big respect factor that we have to have amongst each other.
And to put that kind of weight on a person would cause a resentment than the person that he's with.
I would never ask him to choose, and I just feel like for me it's kind of out of place, to ask him to choose after they have so much history. So I wouldn't put that burden on him and then have him choose because I know he loves me, I know he loves Shalon. And if he would have to choose, and he chooses her or he chooses me, you're gonna miss the other person. We're gonna be dealing with a person moping like they miss their best friend. They miss their, everything. So you would still have to deal with that in a sense.
So speaking of you knowing their history and things like that, and again, not to state on the origin of you guys, but I just gotta know, and I know there's people that probably want to know.
Right.
Did you know about her when you began dealing with him? No. Okay.
So I didn't meet him as a married man. I met him at work, and then.
So you were lied to?
Not necessarily lied to, just it wasn't.
One of those don't ask, don't tell.
Basically.
Okay.
And I wasn't checking for him that
Okay.
way. So that wasn't a topic.
That's fair enough. I don't want to pry too much into that, but that's
Yeah,
fair enough.
no, you're fine. It wasn't really a topic, and then once we started getting closer, of course they had their marital issues, so I was coming to him with my issues, he coming to me with his issues, and we talking.
Okay.
And so once we got together, then it started being okay, the questions you should have been asking, you need to ask, but things are happening faster than what you can actually sit down and say, hey, okay, you have this woman in your life, how is she in your life? Okay, what else is in your life? What's next? Okay, what are y'all doing? What are we doing? Those conversations, they never really happen.
Okay.
So yeah.
Did the baby come after you all got together as a union or before?
Oh, after together.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. It wasn't planned. It was not planned.
Okay, but y'all all were together.
We knew that was gonna be a possibility
So
because
that had to be a unique, different type of experience
Yeah.
for you, especially as a wife. I've been a wife twice.
Okay.
So for me, I'm taking it all in. And you're a hell of a man to, keep your wife
Yeah.
with something like this. But nevertheless, the baby is beautiful. And you all seem to have a very good relationship. And at the end of the day, love is love.
Yes.
And we're not here to judge.
Yes.
And I have decided that on my platform, I won't judge. And I mean, there are people that are in regular, quote unquote, relationships that have issues.
Yeah.
So to see someone be able to manage a party of three and be in love and be happy and be smiling and able to talk about it all, the pain, the past, the history, the origin, and everything, it's amazing. We're going to take a break, guys, because they're going to have some amazing seafood lasagna and wine and salad and things of that sort. And I think we'll get back with you guys while we're having dessert, which is going to be peach cobbler. We'll see you back in a minute. Alright guys, so let's talk about that seafood lasagna we had for dinner.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all like it?
Amazing.
yeah, amazing, phenomenal.
Alright.
I need that to take home too.
You have lunch for tomorrow.
And this peach cobbler?
The peach cobbler, you like it?
Yes, I need that.
And somebody had to have ice cream with the peach cobbler. Like, I get a message when I'm confirming everything. It's like, oh, somebody want to know if you got ice cream too. I'm thinking like, okay, I got you. And look, never said vanilla, but I knew it was vanilla.
Yeah, that's right.
Right,
And I really appreciate
awesome,
it.
guys. So look, in closing, guys, I want you all to share with our audience where they can follow you guys, where they can look for more information on your lifestyle, keep up with you all, and things of that nature. Because I know you have something on YouTube, and of course I follow you guys already on Instagram. So tell our audience where they can find you, where they can get more information on the dynamics of this relationship, where they can get advice and input. And I think I saw too that you guys are gonna do a dating game or something like that.
Yeah.
I saw that yesterday on Instagram. So go ahead and do your spiel for our guests and let them know how to keep up with you guys.
Definitely follow us on Instagram, which is Portah Family. That's our Facebook. And that's everything really. Portah Family. That's our Portah Family website. Portah Family Instagram. Portah Family Facebook. The panel E&M, polyapps.com for a website. If you want to get mentors, educators, find poly apps like non-monogamous dating apps, non-monogamous podcasts. That's also a venue right there you can actually go to because that's going to be some events, all your one-stop shop information. We do got a dating show coming out. Me and my co-host Natasha, she's actually from Louisiana too. Yeah, I love her energy. That's what made me actually go with it. So make sure you tap in with that too, because we started next week. You're looking to connect with people, connect and find yourself in a non-monogamous relationship. Tap in with us. You know, again, that's gonna be on the Instagram with Portah Family. But with all our information, if you Google Portah Family, you're gonna find us all the way through.
Okay, awesome, guys. So you heard it right there from Alex. And like I said, if you want more information, tune in. I appreciate you guys coming and sharing your story with me and being so transparent and so giving of your life and sharing with us. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the experience and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us and cooking this amazing meal.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Cooking is my thing. You know, it's my passion. It's my go-to. You gonna make friends with me now that I fed you? Yes. That's what she like. She's the baby. She's my friend now. Food is the way to the heart, even the baby's heart. Bye guys. We'll see you next time.
Say bye. Say bye.